Welcome back. It's your boy Z, back like I never left. We here with the space. We got a great guest on for you guys today. It's our boy Dane from the Sports Predictions. You guys know him and Luck. They've been teaming up for the last couple of weeks as far as NBA predictions, as well as not Super Bowl, but like
NFL playoffs.
That's
how you know he doesn't watch our shows.
I do. I actually post about him. I'm the guy. I'm the guy that like stalks them a little bit. No, but yeah. So Dane, you are our special guest today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We love you, and we have a couple questions.
Well, the reason why we have him on the show is because he's from like 100 hours up north of Wisconsin.
We call it Bumblefuck.
Yeah, and,
Greenwood, Wisconsin.
We never heard of it until now.
It's in the Greenwoods.
Yeah.
Of Wisconsin.
Then he moved to the city, so small town. What's the population?
Whitewater, and then city.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Greenwood is 1,000 people in it, 1,079 to be exact. When I was there.
Did you know everybody?
Yeah, for the most part.
You know everybody's mom.
For the most part, I think you know everybody there, in some shape or form. But
so does gossip like travel fast then?
Oh yeah, I mean, like you can't do anything without your parents knowing 2 seconds later. There's not much places to hide when you're in a small town and everybody knows everybody.
Definitely fishbowl mentality.
Yeah, literally.
But
So
hey,
what would be the difference of everybody knowing everybody?
Yeah.
Coming to Milwaukee, the difference of population density. What would you like?
Ooh, it's weird. I don't know. Like small town, you know everybody, so like it's kind of like a small friend group where everybody knows everybody in that friend group, knows everything in the friend group. The gossip happens, but it's 1,000 people in a town where they all go to the same high school. They all go to the same jobs for the most part, so everybody knows everything about everybody.
okay. So obviously, you're taken right now, but let's go before you were taken. How is dating happening in that small town? Like, what's the rules? Like, again,
what's the rules
in
on
the city?
that?
In the city, we know like if our guy talked to that girl, she completely wrote off. Like, we can't even like think about like even if she was hot, like we can't do it. She's like a squirrel now. Like we just can't, right?
Yeah.
But you guys only have 1,000 people, and technically you probably only have like 10 friends. Them 10 friends, you know what I'm saying? Like what's that rule? Like how long does it have to be? Like
you first start by going down the family tree.
uh,
You make sure nobody is on that list.
okay.
And then you eliminate from there. You see who's available, and then if you're ugly, there's not much options. I mean,
take what you get.
I had 30 kids in my class, so I don't think it was 50-50 females, males, but there was a lot more males than females in our class.
30 kids in his graduating class.
Yep. So
we came from a class of 300, 400.
So that was so was that the same 30 like through elementary and all that? So like you knew them throughout or
pretty much. So it was elementary school. We had I think 5 kids from like a Catholic school who had 5 kids in their class join us in middle school, and then I mean middle school through high school, the same people.
So you had to be faithful to that one chick forever. I mean, that teaches some loyalty though. Like
yeah, I guess. I mean, you can't really.
So you guys had all the class together, like every class.
I mean, like it was split up. So you had, like, if you had, you're pretty much with the same people. But if you had like math classes together with the same people, you might be in a different math class. But for the most part, we are all in the same classroom.
So I got a question. So you went the 30 kids. You started with those 30 kids from kindergarten, right?
Yeah, I'd say about 25. Yeah.
Okay,
from the start. Yep.
Because my thing was when I was in elementary school, when I was in middle school, first day of class would be like, damn, my friend's still here, or did he transfer? Like, that's what I always... Did you guys ever do that?
No. So, like, when you guys talk about that, it's like, oh, our close friends now, I met them in middle school. And then, when I went to high school, they went somewhere else, and we don't really keep up as much. It's like, I had the same people, and I don't keep up with them as much anymore, but it's the same people for, 18 years of my life that I grew up with. So, I mean, I keep in touch with like, some of them, but it's still, it's not like you guys where it just scatters on friends. And then that's how a lot of you guys, what I thought was interesting when coming here is hearing how you guys meet each other through, like, say you went to high school with one person they went to middle school with. It's like you guys kind of like triangulate with each other that way, which is
It's a
weird to me.
gravitational pull. Yeah,
it's weird to me because, like I said, I had the same people.
Because being honest, Lucky gravitated to all the King kids. Like once he officially like stapled at King, because they all went to Morris, right?
Yeah, they all went to Morris, and then.
And I didn't go to Morris. I went to like a prep school. So coming in, I'm like, oh, I know all the Morris kids, and they come in. Hey, you know Lucky? I'm like, Lucky. And Lucky's like, yeah, but we went to middle school together. We were like, I'm like, oh, so y'all deeper than what I thought. Me and this, so.
He thought I was the new kid.
Yeah, he was the new kid. You know, like he already had those bridges. So I think, you know, even let's talk about your jump. You know, going to college, right? You know, Whitewater technically isn't the biggest place.
No. How much? What's the population size of Whitewater?
Bigger than his hometown.
Can we get a fact check on that?
Well, college-wise, it's bigger than his hometown.
Yeah. I graduated with.
Right.
I want to say 3,000 people. So, I mean, 30 kids at 3,000. 3,000 not even that much if you look at Milwaukee even. But like Madison, they have way more than that. I don't even know if exactly 3,000. I think it was somewhere around there. But
how did it feel to be on a campus that had more students than people living in your hometown?
I mean, it was weird from the start. Like Whitewater. So my sister went there, so I kind of had a feel of what Whitewater's like. But oh my gosh, it was completely different. I mean, I was in a dorm with 100+ people, and I went to school with 100 people. So, I mean, different people in different classes. It's never the same.
Were you the only one from Whitewater? I mean, not from Whitewater.
Greenwood,
the only one from Greenwood that was Whitewater?
I'd say only one from Greenwood who came south besides, like, I can think one other person. So everyone else pretty much.
Did you stay in contact with that person, or you just...
A little bit. I mean, but no, not too much at all.
So I guess then you broke the stigma of, like, staying home. Like, because you were one of
the I mean, there was, I'd say, there's more people that stayed back home around up north than people moving away.
Okay, so then what culture shocks did you face, at least when we talk about Whitewater?
Yeah.
Like, what culture, like, shifts or, like, changes where you're like, oh, we don't normally do that up north? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's just how many things in general just, we didn't.
He's not used to going to a grocery store for food. He just hunts for it.
Yeah. They bring that home every night. No, I mean, it was just the fact that there's just new people every day. So it's like every class I went to, I made a new friend. And it was like, I kept up with them through college. But it was that next class I have completely different people, made a new friend. It was just like, there's so many more people in this world. You don't even realize it. And then it kind of was like when you guys talk about high school, middle school correlating. That's what I felt like. It's like when I had a class with this guy, and the next thing you know, like I have a class with his roommate, and I didn't even know that until I talked to him. So it's just there's so many more people. I mean, you open your eyes to different people from all over.
He had a Nemo moment.
Yeah.
What are the activities you guys did up north, like to hang out? You know, like to kick back.
I mean, I was a big avid hunter, so we did a lot of hunting with some people. Not nearly as many, like not people in my class for the most part. It's just my cousin and I who did it growing up. It wasn't that big, to be honest. I think people who hunted in our like class was like really did it was me and my cousin. Okay. But otherwise it was sports. That was the number one thing with a small town high school.
I thought he was gonna say he was the number one basketball player in his town.
I mean, you ask anyone in Greenwood, I was the best player.
Oh, hey, anybody in Greenwood watching this, leave a comment down below.
They know. They got my face plastered up everywhere in that school.
What division was y'all, like D7? Like,
football.
Yeah, Jesus.
We were the lower divisions in every sport, but
there were only like 30 of them. What did you expect?
Still brought titles home. I mean,
so did you guys fill a roster? Like, was it like 11-11? Like, did you have?
Actually, we did. We had our teams. I guess our senior year is probably one of the lower ones, but we've always had pretty big teams.
Okay.
For especially football, baseball, we were big in baseball. Basketball's a little bit lower, but we had enough for high school team and JV team.
Okay.
We had a C team when I was like freshman, but that died down. But after this last year, I think it was, we went to an 8-man football league now, or
18.
8-man.
Yeah, 18
football.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, that's how you can tell how small it went. We just don't have the numbers anymore, and they love it there. What it sounds like is they're doing pretty well. It's a whole different game.
Yeah.
I mean, you eliminate how many people? 3 on each play.
Yeah.
I know it's interesting, but I mean, numbers was tough. We only had basketball, football, baseball for men's sports, and then
you guys
volleyball.
Track?
No, we had to go to a different school for track, wrestling, but like we didn't have anywhere near like hockey, any other like. It's just those kind of major 3 sports is all we had.
Would you say that Greenwood from when you were a kid is growing or like?
No, it's dying. It's because of me leaving, but no. I think it's getting smaller. I'm not exactly sure what the population is now, but I don't know. The world's growing. I think people are moving out more and more. I mean, I think about it, even like we had flip phones, we had like the track phones and everything. Like now you just see the world with the phone without actually going to explore it. So I think more people are able to or feel like more excited to go out. That's just kind of what I'm seeing. But there's so many. It's just a thing for our small town to stay home.
Okay. Did you guys have like I just for the life of me I want to know if you guys had Amish people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were.
Dude.
Yeah, we were. Have you ever watched Amish Mafia?
No.
No, you never seen like a clip of it or anything? So the towns near us, some of the clips were actually people on that show from our town.
That's insane.
Where you don't see them too much around like Wisconsin, but like we are big territories where Amish are very relevant. Like where we hunt, we actually like sold land to the Amish, and they're people we talk to all the time, but like work around, they hunt where our land is. But they're all over all the time. Yeah. It's different. It's different. Not many people know. Like when they see them, if I ever bring anyone up north, they're confused on what it is at first, or like what they are.
I don't remember seeing any Amish people when we were up there.
Nah, I think when we go towards my cabin, they're not. It's like if you go to my hometown, you'll see buggies and stuff driving around. Yeah.
It's weird though. If you go like towards this cabin, you don't really see cars. You see like 4-wheelers and like golf carts driving through. Like they have their own separate road, and it's just like
that's nuts.
Yeah. Most of the main roads up north, there's
gravel?
trails on the side.
Yeah,
so it's just, or gravel
roads,
roads, but it's trails on the sides for snowmobiles this time of year, but 4-wheelers, all kinds of things.
I mean, that's a different experience.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up 4-wheeling all the time. I mean, we do trips.
Did you learn how to 4-wheel before you learn how to drive?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He said easily.
I mean, that's what you start on when you're a kid. I mean, I remember amount of times with me and my buddies from high school, we just go out to our friends' fields and we just snowmobile for hours. And
so
yeah,
is that the one thing you miss, like being in the city, that side road that?
Yeah, I like one thing I miss is I love like the nature. So like being out in the woods, hearing like actual nature. You don't hear city lights, you hear horns, you hear like everything in between, but you don't ever actually like hear the woods. You know what I mean? But
what's the closest Walmart?
I was gonna say, what's the biggest store in your town?
We didn't have fast food. We didn't have anything in our town, so it took us probably 35-40 minutes to get to anything that was
including Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart. Oh yeah, Walmart is about 40 minutes. McDonald's about 40 minutes. It was a big deal. It was funny. It was a big deal. 20 minutes from us, a town opened up in A&W.
Ooh.
And like we could go there instead of driving 40 minutes to McDonald's. Yeah. And it was exciting when we went. We would take trips to McDonald's, and it was a big deal to us. We'd all get together.
Do your floats.
And we finally.
You want to know what's crazy? So you saying driving 20 minutes to A&W is a big deal?
Yeah.
Driving 20 minutes was for me to get from home to high school.
I know, it's so crazy. Like just to my place to yours, it's like 20 minutes to get to your place, and I was like, back home we would all get together. I was the first one to turn 16, so I'd drive. We'd have way too many people in my vehicle, and we'd just go to McDonald's, and that was a big deal to us. Like it was, and we would have fun. We would eat and literally drive back. That was it, and that was our exciting Saturday night.
What about closest mall?
I mean, there's technically a mall there that had like 4 stores, but like
it was a strip.
Yeah, but like anywhere city-wise, Eau Claire was the closest one for us. So like that wasn't.
What was the fashion like up there? Show the people.
Camo. I mean, it was. I mean, your typical. Oh well, to be honest, if you look at my drawers, it is Greenwood High School clothing. Like, it was just clothing you got for free for playing sports or like just anything to keep the school going. That was your clothes. I have so much Greenwood High School clothes that I still fit in. Yeah, that's right. Still fit in them.
Yeah, he's slim thick.
I don't know. They shrunk a little bit through the years, but I mean they're a little bit tight. But no, that's a lot of my clothes, and it's hard to give them up. I was trying to do Goodwill stuff, and I'm like,
you gotta start turning them into cutoffs if they're getting a little tight.
Oh yeah,
it still doesn't matter.
King cutoff. All right, so let's talk about now. You said driving up there was super fun. You got to automobile and all that. How do you like driving in Milwaukee? Like, cause we know, like, Milwaukee is like it's bad. Like
Capitol, 27th Street.
How about the bus lane or like the bike lane?
Yeah.
Like
the funniest, like I'll go to what I think, but the funniest thing is when my parents first came up. Oh my God, my dad was just swearing left and right. He hated every second about driving with people because you know how they'll cross you on the inside, they'll swerve around. For me, I got used to it. I hated it right away. I was like, I can't stand how people drive.
How rude.
City drivers.
But you learn quick here. Once you get here, you learn quick. You just got to drive. And to be honest, I prefer it now. I mean, you drive quick and you drive to get home. But, oh man, it's rough. People don't care. People don't care about their cars. They bump you. They just keep on driving.
Yeah, so, there's certain hot spots that you should just avoid.
Yeah.
I already list them. Capitol.
Yeah. But and then the funny thing is, the funny thing is, like, if we got stuck here or like something happened back home, if you ever got stuck or accident happened, people came out to you and fixed it. Like, they'd pull you out of a ditch. They would, like, you had someone who could drive 2 minutes to you, pull you out with their truck. And now it's like anything happens here, you got a police you have to call. You got a tow truck you got to call. You got like how many things that line up just for one little thing.
Those tow trucks take like an hour to get to
you
too.
Man.
And they're like $200 to just tow your car.
It's more than 200 now. It's unreal. But like that's what I'm saying. It's like back home, you had somebody. You always had someone that could come out in a second and.
I think that's what I like about the small town. There's always that one person that can do something. Like,
yeah, we always say like, as much as like you talk about small towns and negatives, like everybody knows everything. But, like gossip goes around in a second. People get caught because it's so easy to get caught. But like, it's 1,000 people and it's kind of like a family of 1,000 people. Where it's like you're driving down a road, you know who's the closest house to you, and you can feel fine calling them and they'll come to get you. So it's like everyone's family there. No matter what, if you have beef, if you fight, I feel like everyone's kind of like a family of 1,000 people.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, let's say it's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
You're turning 16.
Okay.
Is the whole town invited, or like some people invited?
It's
and
open.
Like everybody.
It's open.
Oh, it's open.
Like you get the people who know are gonna come. You have family, but for like our things, family is like we have like family reunions every year, and we get 80 to 100 people show up for a family reunion. So like that alone, like you got 80 people at your birthday party, and that's just family. And then you got your friends from school, you got your grandma, grandpas, your fake grandma and grandpas from other friends. Like I said, I can remember my friends.
Presents.
Love you, sweetie.
Literally. But like I can remember, like I can name off how many of my friends, and like I'd say my friend Booker back in the day, his grandma was like my grandma. Like, and you'd say the vice versa. Or like, I mean, I had cousins and everything. It's like everyone showed up to everything, and each party was food.
So they didn't. There was no invitation needed. It was just, no.
I mean,
this is my day. Show up.
Yep.
Pop out. See who love me.
No, everyone would show up. Didn't matter. Even like when I was there, it's not. I heard it's not as much relevant now. But like, you saw a party, you drove in to say hi. Like if you saw a bunch of cars in someone's driveway, you pulled in like, what's going on?
If you do that in Milwaukee,
yeah, right.
Like, hey, you know him?
Remember birthday parties if someone walks in they're not supposed to?
Yeah, exactly. Don't walk in.
All right, so the smallest town I've ever been to was Loyal, Wisconsin. That's where I got Hazel from. Yeah, you just know this place? Like
that is literally 5 minutes from Greenwood.
All right, so we in the ballpark, right? So
this isn't planned. Are you really said Loyal?
Loyal, Wisconsin.
So Greenwood High School and Loyal High School is the rivalry. our rivals.
Wow. Okay. All
That's
right.
so
They
funny.
have 30 kids too.
Now I gotta ask, like, who did you buy from? Because I know a lot of people.
Rihanna. No.
Maybe not. I might need to know last name, but
Yeah. We could talk after the show. I don't
okay.
want to give all the
Okay.
names out.
Yeah, right. Give all the names out.
But no, yeah. So I went to Loyola, Wisconsin, and like when we talk about that small town, I mean, she lived like away from like the actual like center of town. So like she had a farm. There was a couple farms. So in between houses, there was like huge gaps and cornfields.
Yeah.
Right. So like, what was the duration of your town like from like town line to town line? Like, how long did it take you? Because it only took her like 8 minutes to drive.
So when you said town line to town line, that's about it. We have one main street that goes through the town, the city, I guess. But like, you'll go through, you'll hit a Senex, that's where we get our pizzas. You'll hit Quick Trip, and then you'll hit our Cow Kicking Cafe.
I'm happy
where all
you
the
guys
old
got a
folks
Quick
would
Trip.
go.
I'm happy you
I
guys
know
got a Quick Trip.
that is proud. That is a restaurant to us. That is date nights, our Quick Trip food. So, but once you pass
Can you
those,
imagine in the city? Hey, you want to go to? Hey, can I take you out on a date? Yeah, will you take me Quick Trip? Like,
no, dude, I'm taking you to the Cow Kicking Cafe.
Cow Kicking Cafe.
We splurging tonight,
Breakfast was amazing there. Shout out to Cow Kicking Cafe.
Yeah.
But no, it would.
That's
3 minutes,
nuts, though.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
I mean, like it's
All right,
25
what about-
miles an hour, but you just drive through. You blink, you're through it. No joke. Like,
I feel that because that's how Loyal was, and that's crazy that like
same.
I didn't even know they were close.
No, it's literally like they're our biggest rivals.
Wow.
Like they suck at every sport
I
they
mean,
ever play,
touche.
and we beat them our whole lives.
Yeah,
that don't sound
Whatever.
like a
Anyone
rivalry.
from Loyal, you just
That
you
don't-
remember.
that
You
was-
remember this face. I'm just kidding. But
We about to get so.
yeah, we're about to
This
get
like-
some bad
Hey, no,
comments here.
all 800 of Loyal's people are gonna be like, really, really,
Who's this guy?
Dane? We know you.
That tall guy that wasn't really athletic, just was tall. That's what they'll say. But
No,
Oh,
that's
you're
nuts.
one of them guys?
when I drop 20, 30 on him every game, I mean, what are you gonna say? You can't tell.
20,
I'm just kidding.
30. Damn, this man said he grabbing 30 rebounds.
He the goat, bro. He the goat.
But nah, for sure. Yeah, it's 2-3 minutes. Like it's a quick drive.
Okay.
How's compare bar life up there and bar life down here?
Country.
Got your
Easy.
regulars. I mean, bar life was technically if you go out to eat, you go to the bar and you meet people at the bar. That's part of it's just kind of a thing. You sit down, you know everyone that's there, so you just talk to them. I mean, you get bar food, you play pool, and you play darts. It's not here, or it's let's pregame at Lucky's. Get as drunk as we can because when we go to the bar, we can't afford all the drinks there.
So is it more expensive here then?
Oh man, like a Whitewater was $20. I could go a whole night and spend less than $20, and I'll be drunk. There, it's like every person throws down a 20, and everyone pulls their 20. It seems like at the end of the night, like you didn't spend anything. I mean, besides food, everybody buys everybody drinks there, so
Okay.
it's not here. You can't afford to buy people drinks here.
You heard that first, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in Milwaukee, $20 is not enough for it to go out.
Especially
Bring your mom's credit card.
Yeah, especially when you have to pay for someone else.
Yeah, especially when you're on a date, not going to Quick Trip.
Don't go to dates.
Damn.
Don't go on dates. Shots fired. Bang, bang. All right, so Milwaukee, you're here.
Yep.
What is your? I guess we'll go top 5. What are your top 5 spots to go to in the Milwaukee area?
Ooh, put me on the spot.
Hell yeah.
5.
McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
Quick Trip because it's better
Yeah,
here.
they got Culver's close. I'm just kidding. I mean the Third Ward. I love going down. It's beautiful. The Riverwalk in general. So I don't know if that counts as 2, but
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I love the downtown. I like the city life a lot. So anything downtown, like it's fun to be at. It's different
Okay.
than anything I've seen. It's like there's buildings that are
Skyscrapers.
yeah. There's like higher buildings. That's not just a house.
You have
Like-
that outer body experience when you go downtown.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. But you know that song? What's the song when people walk through the city? And like that was me the first time going
Walking
to
on
Milwaukee.
sunshine.
Yeah, something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. That was me. But I mean, I don't know if I can say 5 specifically, but I guess the idea is like there's so much to do.
Okay.
Like it's not limited to.
You haven't gotten bored yet?
No, No, I mean,
it's crazy.
No, I mean, there's just like I said, you could do. There's how many restaurants? Even if it's like I could try a new restaurant every single day and not eat at all the restaurants. So like that alone, I mean, like there's just so much more to do. I mean, I appreciate going to a restaurant and trying something new because like never got that. It was always these same places, which don't get me wrong, I like the same places. I wish I go back and I go eat at those same places because I miss it. But oh yeah, there's just so much to do.
That's crazy that you say that you haven't gotten bored yet because you've been here what 2-3 years?
Yeah, and then like obviously with Whitewater, I was here.
Yeah. So like I think once I started driving at 16, I was probably bored of Milwaukee.
You still feel like you're bored of Milwaukee? Or?
Kind of, yeah.
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 Well, I guess like you can say that because now like traveling more, going around, like I have the urge to visit anywhere and everywhere all the time now. So I think that was the best move when moving down here and experiencing city life. It's like when I was in Whitewater, that was big to me. I was like, well, that's a lot of people. And then going to Milwaukee, it was like a reality check. Like, this is big, but this isn't even Chicago. This isn't even like New York. I went to New York on a high school trip. I don't remember it too well. So then when I like went to Chicago, it's like there's so much more in this world. And then when I finally went somewhere other than the U.S., it was like going to Germany. And now I just have this itch to visit so many new things. So I think the small town gave me that itch so quick because I just didn't have anything for 18 years besides my town. But
you heard it here first. He has an itch of 18 years, guys.
Yeah.
Is gas cheaper up there or down here?
Nah, it's actually probably more expensive there.
Really?
Yeah, because
I guess that makes more
there's
sense.
just one gas station, 2 gas stations,
And they
how
just
many
like
mile
monopolize.
radius. I mean, like, yeah, you can't go
Fine,
anywhere else. You can't time that out by going to the city and then filling up there just to come back. You used a tank of gas already,
So, all said and done, you did what you did in your life. Are you moving back to Greenwood or are you staying in the city?
Hell no. I'm
Sorry, Mom, but I'm never. No, I'm not gonna. I'll never go back to us. I mean, there's a lot that I love about a small town. I do like the idea of like you're growing up with the same people. You really build those, I think, connections. You build that like family experience with them. I would like that, like with say my kids go to school. I would like that like security that they're with people that they've known or like grow up with. But I can never go back to not having that mix, that diversity, I guess, too.
He's talking about McDonald's.
He's talking about me, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the diapers.
Yep.
And you're the diapers.
What?
I mean,
you only hot yellow.
there's just so much in a small town you can experience, and you're just forced to be around the people that you're around, and you just don't learn or experience off anyone because everyone's the same. Like as much as you're different. Like everyone, same ideas, same views, same everything. Like when I moved to Whitewater, I had that Greenwood same mentality, and it switched quick. Like I just learned about more people, learned what it's like to be around different people.
That's not what we do around here.
Right? And then coming to like Milwaukee too, it's just like there's so much every day learning something new, and I felt like I was restricted in a small town to learn a bunch of new stuff, and now I don't stop learning. I mean, I've learned there's more than McDonald's in a 30-minute radius. There's 15 McDonald's in a 30-minute radius. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't want to ever go back. I like the city. I mean,
you like or love?
Fun. Say, I love the city. I love the lights. I do.
So you gonna chalk it up 1 for the city, 0 for town?
Yeah.
No, they get a half a point. We love half points.
Yeah.
They'll get a half a point.
A lot of great things about a small town. Don't get me wrong. But
all right. So with that being said, Dane, thank you for coming on the show tonight. Thank you for letting us know what this small town gig is about. Because again, I almost got sucked into a small town gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna go teach at Loyal. They had a teaching spot open.
Oof.
But
God, I would have convinced you quick to get out of there. I'm just kidding.
Even though it would have been like they lose in everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
everything.
You really do.
But yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Sure.
We love to have you. You're gonna keep coming down with these sports analysis clips with Lucky.
Absolutely.
I think you being his second head definitely gives it a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And you
sucks though.
I think we're tied. I remember right, we're tied.
You didn't want to go that way. You just went that way.
But I was right. That's all I hear.
Your heart wasn't right.
I love the energy. You boys keep it. And with that being said, it's your boy Z, Dane and Luck, and we are out.
Peace.